setting up my other camera so I can add it to the others. Right, so yeah, just so I was saying, just like to remind you, obviously I'm just here to guide. I would hate you to push yourselves too hard. So just remembering to always listen to your body, honour your body, and just do what your body needs, what it's telling you. So a lot of core work today. You can try and ignite that inner fire and try and get some heat, a little bit of cleansing, lots of twists, lots of standing poses, and just lots of yummy stretching really. So let's get started, resting our hands down onto our knees. You come into your comfortable seat up onto your mat. And just take a nice inhale together here to hunch the shoulders up around our ears. Feel the shortening of our neck muscle. And then as we exhale, slide the shoulder blades together and then down towards the floor so we get that length in the neck, the lift to the heart. Soften the elbows, close down the eyes and soften and close your mouth. As we begin to center with the breath, letting go of any of the outside world and drawing all of our awareness inwards. Connecting to the flow of your own breath. And just observing the quality of your breath. So not forcing your inhales or your exhales to begin with, but just observing. Just tuning into the sound of the breath, the movement of the breath within the body, within the rib cage. Noticing how the belly can expand with your inhale. Continue your inhale to the tops of the lungs and then exhale as you follow the flow of the breath as it leaves the body, drawing the navel in towards the spine. And just seeing whether we can match our inhales to our exhale. Settle into your chosen seat, connect down to those sit bones, and using this as your anchor, your foundation, give a little lift to the heart, see if we can create a little bit more space between each vertebra. Shoulder blades sliding down and away, creating that length in your neck as you power out through the crown of the head. Softening and relaxing all of the facial muscles across the brow, around the eyes, into your jaw. And just breathing into that space you've created. Observing if the breath has naturally begin to deepen and to slow and to lengthen as we follow the breath in our mind's eye. Join the palms together into prayer in front of our heart. Lift the heart to meet the base of the thumbs. Push through the palms of the hands so the forearms become parallel to the floor. Feel that stretch already in the upper arms. As you slide the shoulders down away from the ears, take a nice big inhale. Expanding to the side walls of the rib cage, and then exhale, bowing the head forward and down. Nose reaches down towards the tips of the fingers. Setting our intention here, which is just to stay present, to connect the movement to breath and to try and find the strength in the breath and from the ground up throughout each pose. Leave the head softly bowed, take the hands down towards the knees or the thighs. Roll the shoulders down and away from the ears and just let the head become a little bit heavier, find a little bit more space in the back of the neck, across the tops of the shoulders, keep the heart lifted. Inhale. Round right ear across to right shoulder and just let the weight of the head be there just for a moment. Try and work that left shoulder down and away. Breathe into that stretch. Take another big breath in. Exhale, rolling head forward, down and around. Checking in with the neck before we go any further, rolling as the left ear comes to the left shoulder. Let the weight of the head be there. Soften into the jaw. Relax into that stretch. Roll the right shoulder down and away. Keep finding that length along your spine. Lengthen the sides of the waist. And you ready, nice big breath in. Exhale, roll the head forward and down as we take our fingertips now and begin to walk them away from either side of the hip. Getting a stretch into the arms. We keep walking the fingers until they float and hover up and away from the mat. We're pulling fingertips down and away and spread the fingertips out wide to find space in the palm of the hand so we're active all the way along the arm. Tuning into that stretch in the fronts, the backs of the arms, inner elbow. Activating into the wrist, drawing the shoulders down, let the head hang, and then turn the palms up so they're facing towards the ceiling, but keep drawing them down and away. Feel the different stretch along the arms here. Just to feel this when we do come into all of our flow, into our standing poses with the arms outstretched. So we want to be feeling this activity all the way to the fingertips with each stretch that we come into. When you're ready, using a nice big inhale to keep the fingertips pulling down and then out to the sides, finding distance along each arm between the fingertips as they rise all the way up overhead. Hands kiss together at the end of your inhale, tilt the head back to look up towards the thumbs, and then exhale to draw all of that energy back down to your heart. When you get there, interlace the fingers, begin to push the hands out and away, again stretching into the wrist, the palms of the hand. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck chin in towards chest, keep pushing through palms, draw elbows in towards each other, rock back on the pelvis, draw navel to spine, and then inhale, rock forward, lift hands up and overhead, lead away with the pinky fingers. And then exhale, push forward to round through the spine, draw the shoulders down and then find space between the shoulder blades, right in the center of your back. Inhale, engage the abdominals to rise up tall. Exhale to push forward and round through the spine. Inhale to rise. This time bending into the left elbow, draw the left elbow down to the floor, take the right elbow up high. No tension in the neck here, try and keep neck and spine long. Maybe adding a little bit of a side stretch, take that left elbow down a little bit more, lift the right elbow up a little bit higher, find space down that right side. Find space beneath the rib cage, keep the shoulders in line with the front of the mat. Find space, breathe, and then inhale to rise up nice and strong, push your palms away from you, squeeze elbows in. Exhale, take it to the other side. That right elbow draws down towards the floor, left elbow comes high, check in with that stretch on this side, and then dipping down to that right elbow if you need a little bit more. Keep shoulders in line to draw that left shoulder back. Breathe. Keep that left sit bone grounded. Inhale nice and strong to push up. Push the palms away, look up towards the hands, and then exhale, chin to chest, come into your cactus arms, squeeze elbows out wide, squeeze shoulder blades together, tilt fingertips behind the elbows. Have a breath here. Inhale, look up between the hands as you take the hands up nice and high, reach up towards the ceiling, palms facing, and then exhale, squeezing into cactus arms. Inhale high. Exhale to squeeze it in, really broadening across the chest, pushing the shoulder blades into the back of the rib cage. Inhale, one more up high. Exhale, side stretch, right fingertips float down to the floor, left fingertips stay engaged and reaching over to the right to keep the shoulders engaged. Draw the elbow down towards the floor, push down through that left sit bone, find again space in the side of the waist underneath the rib cage, also adding a flexion to the spine, so puffing up into the left side of that rib cage, drawing the shoulder back. Active these fingertips, see if we can extend through the elbow. Inhale, nice and strong, rising up, floating over to the other side. Exhale, draw shoulders down and away, and then bend into that left elbow, and then reach, engage through, all the way to the fingertips, draw the elbow down towards the side of the head, stretching out. See how it feels on this side. Breathe. Inhale, push down strong to the grounded hand to rise, fingertips up high. Stretch it out, look up between the hands. And then exhaling into your twist to the right, so left fingertips come down towards that right knee. Right fingertips behind the spine. Find your twist when you land. When you get there, inhale, take a lift to lengthen along the spine, lift heart, drop shoulders, and then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, release halfway, lift heart, drop shoulders, relax the neck, exhale, twist a little bit deeper, soften jaw. Find a neutral point for your neck, close your eyes, or just find a soft, twisty inhale, release halfway, one more, exhale to twist. Inhale, float fingertips up high as you release from the twist. Stretch it out, and then exhale, fingers float down to the left. Twisting around to the left. When the fingers land, take a halfway lift. Inhale, lift the heart, drop the shoulders. Exhale, twist, look over that left shoulder. Inhale, release halfway, lift, find space beneath the heart, drop the shoulders, lengthen neck. Exhale to twist. Inhale, halfway release. Find space, ignore the dog. Exhale, twist. Inhale, float fingertips up high. And exhale, bring the palms back down through your midline. Resting hands onto knees. We're just going to open into the lower back. Take a big inhale. Lift the heart, drop the shoulders. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Drop the left shoulder down towards the right knee. Let the head hang when you get there. Then inhale. Round back up to sitting. Take it to the other side. As you exhale, lead with that right shoulder, dropping it down and across the body towards that opposite knee. Let the head hang when you get there. Inhale to tuck the chin into chest and round back up. Let's do one more on each side. Exhale, cross down towards the opposite elbow. Let the head hang. Find that stretch in the lower back and then inhale. Curling each vertebra up one by one. Exhale, taking it to the other side. Inhale, round up. Exhale, simply shoulders down. And then inhale, reach arms out wide, float fingertips up high. And exhale, this time forward and down, reaching fingertips away from you, let them hit the floor. Push back and away to the sit bones, and then let the head hang down between the arms. Keep creeping fingertips away from you as your head hangs. And breathe into that space down either side of your spine, all the way down to the back of the glutes, the inner thighs. If your fingertips are reaching forward, just ensure that your shoulder blades are still pulling down your back, down towards the base of the spine. Find that distance along the arm. Soften the jaw. And breathe. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, have a halfway lift, look forward between the thumbs. Exhale, rock and roll through the spine, push back through the sit bones, and restack each vertebra one at a time, gently giving yourself a nice back massage all the way up to the shoulders until the head floats all the way back up to a neutral position. Just rolling the shoulders out, make sure there's no tension there. And then making your way over into a tabletop position. So rolling over the ankles, stacking shoulders over wrists and stacking hip bones over knees, send the toes out behind you. Cat and cow, drop the belly, lift the heart, push and engage through the hands and the elbows to lift the chin. Tilt the tailbone. And then exhale, rounding, tucking tailbone under, rounding through lower back and mid back, upper back, chin to chest. Inhale, release into your cow, articulating through each and every vertebra, splaying open the abdominals and chest at the front of the rib cage with your cow. Curling everything under with your cat, finding distance between the crown and the tailbone, trying to get the nose towards the pelvis. Inhale, do a couple more rounds in your own time. So making sure our spine's all warmed up, that we've got distance between the vertebrae before we move into our flows to do no harm. Joining me back in tabletop. When you're ready, step the belly button in. Shift your gaze forward just to the top of your mat. Lower elbows and forearms low, and then as we exhale, we're going to shoot forward and down, drop chin and chest down to the center of our mat, and then inhale, release the hips, lift the belly button, open the chest, coming into Cobra. Let's do this a few more times to warm up. Exhale, push the tailbone back to the heel, kiss the mat with the forehead. Inhale, hips high, forearms low, and then exhale, shoot forward and down, elbows and shoulders still pulling back. Inhale, drop the hips, step belly button snaking up into our Cobra. Exhale, send the hips back. Kiss mat with forehead. Inhale, hips high, forearms low. Exhale, drop forward and down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, hips high, forearms low. Exhale, chin and chest to the mat. Inhale, hips ground down to push the heart to the belly button up and away. Then Cobra Push Ups. Exhale, lower chin and chest down to the mat. Keep pulling back through elbows, through shoulders, and then inhale to rise. Curling up, tuck belly button in, lift heart. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale. Keep elbows drawing in towards the side of the ribcage. Exhale forward and down. Inhale to rise. Exhale forward and down. This time swapping elbows where your hands were. Tuck the back toes, lift up onto knees, and then send the right heel back, lifting right kneecap and lifting the left kneecap, forearm plank. Make sure the hips are lifted so we're actively pushing away through the tailbone, pushing through heels and pushing down through elbows and forearms. Set the belly button in. Pushing strong down through the forearms, shoulders drawing back and away, neck is long. Then we're going to begin to walk our toes in towards our elbows. Coming into your dolphin pose, push down through the heels, keep actively pushing back through the elbows, send the chest back towards the thighs. Let the head hang. Opening into the shoulder girdle, opening into the legs, breathe. And when you're ready, coming up onto the hands, push the heels back into your downward facing. Breathe. Stay in down dog if this is enough for you. Maybe moving one leg into your chest, bending one knee, lifting one heel as you push down to the opposite. Walking it out, straightening one leg at a time. If you want to work a little bit harder, take an inhale. Lift the gaze in between the thumbs. Exhale, drop the forearm. Inhale, push up strong. Down dog. Exhale, dolphin. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, drop forearms, dolphin. Inhale, come up, down dog. And send the tailbone up high. Push the heels down low. Let the head hang. And then when you're ready, inhale. Right toes float up and away from the mat. Take it all the way up to a three-legged dog. Push down through the left heel. Push back equally through both hands. Breathe. Flex through the heel. Maybe do circles with that foot. Get that blood all the way up there, articulating through the ankle. Inhale, take it a little bit higher. Exhale, round the knee to the chest and rock shoulders over wrists. Neck is long. Inhale, up high. Exhale, knee to chest. Neck is long. Inhale, send it up high. This time as you come forward with the knee, crossing it over to the left elbow beneath the body. Extend that right leg so the foot comes to the floor. Drop the back heel down as we twist on the back foot. Push with the right hand, lift the left arm up high, fallen triangle. Breathe, push strong down through that grounded hand, lift up high with the top fingers. Squeeze the glutes, push the hips up high and lift kneecaps and point through the toes. Breathe. And then with control, we're going to lower our hips all the way down. Sorry, I have my back to you here. Lower the hips all the way down to the floor so we come into a forward fold. Hands can come onto the tops of the thighs or inhale, lift them up high. Exhale, hinge from the hips, begin to fall forward. Walk the fingertips away, draw the shoulders back. Hinging over those hip creases, flexing through the feet, let the head hang. Breathe. Big breath in, lift the chin, look forward, and then exhale, rock and roll through the spine. Roll all the way up to sitting. Plant the right hand down, plant the left hand down, lift the hips up and suck the right knee back into the chest. Push down strong through the ground. Inhale up high. And then bend that top knee, coming into a three-legged dog, or stacking the hips to try and lift the knee up as high as you can, opening into the hips and taking the heel to the left glute. Looking up underneath that right arm. Lift the knee high, get the stretch down that right side, right obliques. Push down to the left heel. Breathe. Option to stay here or drop that left knee if you need to. Otherwise, we can flip our dog and come into wild thing. Begin to twist on the back foot. Begin to take that left shoulder over the left wrist and gently float that back foot down. Right hand stays high. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the hips to a hover and squeeze the elbow towards that top knee. Inhale, push up strong, open the chest. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, push, stretch it up. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, float up high, hold for a breath. Rotate from the chest, drop that right shoulder down away from the ears, push through the grounded hand, and then slowly float the right foot back, right hand back down to the mat, suck the knee to the chest, push up strong, three-legged dog. And then rolling high on those back toes, stacking shoulders over wrists, drop that back knee if you need to, otherwise take a chaturanga here. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog, have a break. Come into child's pose if you need to rest your wrists. Find your down dog. Make any adjustments that you need to. Maybe shake the head gently from side to side. Push back strong through the hands, sink the chest. And sink those heels to find a little bit more stretch through the backs of the legs. Tilt the pelvis up high and suck the belly button in. Breathe. Plant down, right foot, stay strong. Inhale, left foot floats up. Flexing through the heel, push, push, push. Keep the heel of the hips stacked here. And then circle that left foot around the ankle. Inhale, take it a little bit higher. Exhale, roll forward, high on the back toes, knee to chest, shoulders over wrist, neck is long. Inhale, send it up high. Exhale, hug it in, suck the belly button in, really engage through the core, arms are strong. Remember, always dropping that back knee if it gets too strong here. Shoulders and things, be careful with injuries. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, push up high. Exhale, round forward, crossing the knee to the opposite elbow. Extend that left foot to the floor. Twist and drop the back heel. Inhale, rise up, fall and triangle. Lift the hips up high, point through toes. Lift kneecaps, squeeze that right shoulder back. Push strong through the grounded hand. Active all the way to fingertips. Breathe. Suck navel in, core strong. Squeeze the glutes. And then slowly with control, lowering the hips down. Inhale, rise up through the fingers. Exhale to hinge and fold. Find your wide leg forward fold. Flex through feet, lift kneecaps. To engage through the quadriceps to help stretch into those hamstrings. Keep the spine long if we can. Try and draw the shoulders back, chin lifted. Breathe. Find a little bit of space in the back of the pelvis, into those hamstrings. And the more you flex, you're opening into the reflex points in your feet, activating all the way down to that Achilles tendon. Doesn't matter how far forward you fold, as long as you're feeling a stretch wherever you are. Breathe. Inhale, look forward, have a halfway lift, stretch it out. Exhale, rock and roll through the spine, restack the vertebrae. And stacking the hands back down underneath the shoulders. Rolling on those back toes, lifting the hips high, sucking the knee back into the chest. Inhale, push up, three-legged dog. Exhale, stack shoulders over wrist, squeeze knee to chest. Inhale, open up high, bending that top knee, three-legged dog. Keep breathing. Push down strong through the hands, stack those hips, look up underneath the left arm. Stay here or drop the back knee down if you need to. You can circle this top knee if that's enough for you, otherwise we're going to start to move that right shoulder over the right wrist, coming over that front arm. Float and hover that back foot down. Drop the hips to a hover. When you're ready, use an inhale to rise up tall, stretch into your wild thing. Exhale, squeeze elbow towards knee. Inhale to open. Exhale to squeeze. Inhale to open. Exhale, squeeze it in, navel to spine. Inhale, one more. Exhale. Inhale, open and hold. Keep breathing. Open the chest. Point to those toes. And then rolling over, knee to chest. Inhale, push up strong. Coming forward, high on those back toes, take a flow, drop the back knee if you need to, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. So we should be warmed up now. Breathe. Let the head hang. Making sure feet are hip width apart. Inhale, right toes up to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to chest, this time stepping all the way through the hands, coming into a lunge. Keep the fingertips grounded, push through that front knee, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart away from that top thigh. Push away through the back heel. Breathe. Dropping that back knee down, releasing the toes. Take an inhale, sweep fingertips up, push the hips back. Exhale. Bring the arms forward but float them back. Chin comes forward, chest comes forward. Inhale, come back. Push that front leg back, straightening and flexing into that front foot. This time as we exhale, arms come back and we fold. Inhale, reach forward and up, flexing that front heel. Toes coming towards you. Exhale, float the hands back behind you. Squeeze shoulder blades, pull the heart and the chin forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Half split. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend into the front knees, soften the hips forward and down. Lead with the thumbs, lift the heart. Breathe. Inhale, left hand comes inside the right foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back kneecap as the right hand floats up, twisted lunge. Suck that right hip in, push back through the back heel. Squeeze shoulders, push the grounded hand. Breathe. Inhale, the hand reaches forward and down, swapping with that left hand, twist on the back heel. Drop the heel down and then rise up into your extended side angle. So option if it's too strong, come up to elbow to thigh. Otherwise, keep fingertips grounded. Squeeze that tricep, the knee into the tricep. Reach through those top fingers. Find distance all the way along that left side. Breathe. And swapping once more into your lunge. Twisted lunge, swap hands. Reach up. Inhale, reach forward and down, extended side angle. Swoop fingertips overhead. Knee and tricep engage, lift the back kneecap. Find your stretch. And twisting back into lunge. Twist. Right hand comes down to frame the front foot, big step back to plank. Drop the knees if you need to, otherwise chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe. Have 2 more breaths here. Inhale, left toes float up. Exhale, knee to chest, rock forward. Step the foot between the hands. Find your lunge, push your way to the back heel, push into the front knee, lift the heart, fingers grounded. Shoulders pulling back and away. Find that stretch. And then dropping the back knee down. Keep that front knee over the front ankle. Inhale to rise. Exhale, send the hands back. Reach forward with the chest, coming over that front knee. Inhale. Straighten that front leg, flexed in. Exhale, hinge and fold. Find your balance. Find a drishti. Inhale, sweep hands up high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Lead with the heart. Belly button engage. Flex that front foot. Lift that front kneecap. Inhale, rise. Exhale, flow. Inhale, rise. Lost our balance. Exhale, sink the hips forward and down, low lunge. Reach forward, up and back with the thumbs, elbows squeezing in. Relax the hips. Find space beneath the ribcage. Inhale, right hand comes down to the mat, tuck the back toes, lift the back kneecap, twisted lunge. Actively pulling up through those top hands. Broaden across the chest, lift the heart, push down through the grounded hands. And then swapping, inhale, left fingers come forward and down. Inside the foot, twisting on the back foot as we come into our extended side angle. Remember, option to come up a little bit higher. If we need to, find space down that right side. Draw that right shoulder back. Swapping into your twisted lunge. Breathe. Inhale, extended side angle. Breathe. Back to your twisted lunge. Frame the front foot, big step back to plank. Shoot forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale, come high on the toes, lift the heels up away from the floor, and then exhale, dropping the knees down. Rolling all the way up to a high kneel. Make sure knees are underneath hips. Place the thumbs on the small of the back, onto the spine. Again, to engage through the glutes, squeeze elbows and shoulders together. Open the collarbones and begin to push the hips forward, keeping the chin into the throat if that feels good. Maybe rotating from the wrist to push the whole of our hand into the small of our back. Squeeze elbows in, lean back. Maybe allowing your chin to roll back, but only if it feels good. And slowly release. Hips to the heels, wrist, hands beside the body, palms to the ceiling, come down to a child's pose. A gentle rock here. Let the shoulders fall forward. Connect to your breath. Have a little break. Maybe circle the wrists. I have no idea how hot it is in here. Find a little bit of connection to your mat and your child's pose. Massage the forehead. Release the legs, the thighs, the arms. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the top of your mat, stretch it out. And then exhale, lift hips high. Coming into a cat, arching into your spine. Keep that cat going as you tuck the toes under and push up strong all the way back up to your downward facing. Have a breath here, stretching into the legs. Suck the belly button in. Send the tailbone up high. Inhale, bend the knees, look up to the top of your mat and take a walk or a step or a hop, whatever you need to do to bring the feet together at the very top of your mat between the hands. Bend into the knees, reach around, grow elbows, let the body hang. Either just shaking the head here or maybe having a full ragdoll, just swaying the upper body side to side, releasing tension lower back and neck. Just checking in while you're down here, take a look down to your feet. Make sure you have equal pressure down to the inside and the outsides of your feet, into the balls and the heels. Maybe take a gentle rock to and forward and back. Really lay your chest over your thighs, let the head hang. And then brushing the mat with the fingertips, you're going to rise up with the heart and with the hands, but down low with the hips. Spears pose, chair pose, tuck the tailbone under slightly so we're not arching the lower back. Look up between the fingers, draw the shoulders back, broadening the chest. And then inhale, send it all the way up to standing. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, rise up the hands, take a stretch. Push the hips forward if it feels good. Exhale, hinge and fold. Maybe straight legs, maybe bent legs, see how it feels. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, stepping the right toes all the way to the back of the mat. Rising up when you're ready, Crescent Lunge. Sinking in. Pushing away to the back heel. Pushing to the front knee. Front knee stabilize over that front ankle. Hips are square. Draw the shoulders down. Lead back with the thumbs to lift the heart. Inhale, opening wide, twisting on the back foot, dropping the heel down, warrior two. Find your balance. Looking over those left fingertips, drawing back through the right ones. Breathe. Find your balance and find your strength in this pose. Legs are working. Pull back on that, pull up on that back kneecap. Ground down. Inhale, reach forward through those left fingers. And as we exhale, straighten that front leg so we can come down to our triangle pose. Draw that right hip back. And stack shoulders, stack arms. Reach to those top fingers, look up to that top down. Draw that right shoulder down away from the ear. Find your balance here. Kneecaps lifted. Maybe exploring, maybe we can go a little bit deeper. Keep that right shoulder pulling back. Breathe. Maybe activating the core a little bit more. Bend that bottom elbow, leaning against the thigh. Place that left hand onto your heart. And take that right hand behind your back. Keep leading with the shoulder, opening. So we're a little bit more engaged in our core here. Legs are still strong. Looking up towards the ceiling. Breathe. And then taking that right hand forward and down, placing it inside that left foot. Twisting to the left, reverse triangle. Hug that left hip in. Take the left hand up towards the ceiling. Push down to the grounded hand. Look up to that top thumb. Breathe. Bend into that front knee. Rise back up. Take the arms behind your back this time. So warrior one, warrior two legs. Squeeze the knuckles down towards the floor. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Lift heart. Maybe staying here, maybe coming into a fold if it feels good. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Taking that left shoulder inside that left knee. Reaching arms overhead. Letting the head come, just float down towards the floor. The more you squeeze the shoulders, the more the hands will reach up towards the ceiling. If it's too strong, just rest your hands onto your lower back. Legs are strong here. Inhale, release the arms down to the floor. Pick up the front toes and rotate on the heels so we can come into a wide leg forward fold. Inhale, hands under shoulders, take a halfway lift. Toes facing in towards each other. Send the tailbone up high, engage the belly button to exhale, hinge and fold. Maybe gripping hold of elbows here. Lift both kneecaps, push down through the inner and outer sides of the feet. Let the head hang. Make sure you're not leaning too far back on your heels or too far forward on the balls of the feet. Try and stay equal and balanced. Take a halfway lift, fingertips come underneath the shoulders. Look forward. Send the right toes out, so bring the right heel in and begin to bend into that right knee, dropping the hips down there, maybe flexing onto that left heel. Maybe bringing the hands together, find a bit of balance and hang time here in Skandasana or in side lunge. Have a little bounce if it feels good. Plant the hands down, push the hips up, take it to the other side, send the left toes out. Right toes maybe lift up as we bend into that left knee, drop the hips low, maybe finding our prayer pose. Keep the hands grounded if it's too strong. Checking in with those inner thighs. Send the hands down to the mat, send the hips up high, forward fold. See whether it feels a little bit more open now after your side lunge. Have a sway from side to side. Walking the hands back up to frame that left foot, top of the mat. Turning round into our lunge, pushing to that front knee, lift the heart, shoulders back. Kicking off that back foot to step it forward and fold into your forward fold. Inhale, spread the arms out wide, lift the heart. Reverse swan dive all the way up to Tadasana, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come onto shins or knees. And exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, send the fingers up high, coming up into Crescent Lunge. Pushing into that front knee. Lift the heart, belly button in and up. Lead with the thumbs. Opening into that left hip flexor. Strong through the legs. Opening, inhaling. Arms in line with shoulders, find your warrior two. Twisting on that back foot. Leading with that left hip. Stack shoulders over hips. Active through fingertips, shoulders slide down your back. Breathe. Find your triangle pose when you're ready. Inhale, reach forward with the right hand. Exhale to straighten that front knee, the left hip goes back, hand comes down to the ankle or maybe down to the floor, left fingertips float up high, shoulders down away from ears. Breathe. Legs are working, kneecaps lifted, thighs engaged. Activate to your core. Maybe having a go at lifting that bottom hand, placing the right hand onto your heart, left hand comes behind your lower back. Keep leading with that left shoulder, so we've still got our twist, we're still in our triangle, using more core strength here, more leg work. Breathe, one more breath. Well done. Left arm floats down to the mat, and then the right arm lifts up, reverse triangle. Step that right hip in, trying to keep everything square. Draw the shoulder down away from the ear. Look up to that top thumb, push down through that grounded hand to lift the heart. Well done. Bending into that front knee, and then rising up. Taking the hands out behind us, the interlaced fingers. Find your warrior two legs, maybe they've moved a little bit. Heels should be just about in line. Pushing into that front knee, opening the hips. Draw the hands down to the floor, squeeze shoulder blades, open collarbones. Exhale, hinge and fold. That right shoulder comes just inside that right knee. Let the head release towards the floor, legs are strong. Squeezing shoulders to the float, the hands up and overhead, or resting onto the lower back if it feels too strong. Breathe. Well done. Inhale, release, dropping the hands back down to frame that front foot, twisting on that back foot to come back into a lunge. Have a stretch here. Let's take it into a flow. We're going to take the right foot back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up for double cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Stretch it out as your last down dog of the day. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward and take a hop to the outer edges of your hands. So we're going to drop down into our, what's it called, squat, yogi squat. However you want to get there, take your time, however many movements you need. Let's just rest the lower back after those standing poses. Send the tailbone down to the floor. Open into the inner knees with the elbows, forearms parallel to the floor. So we're stretching into the wrists. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears, lift the heart, see if we can get a little bit more stretch and length along the spine. And planting the hands down, step the right toes back. So we're now in our lizard pose. So the left foot's on the outside of the left hand. Just creeping it forward so the heels of the hand are in line with the heel of the foot. Drop that back knee down. And let the hips fall forward. Shoulders draw back and away. Roll down to the outside edge of that left foot. Let the left knee fall out wide. Pushing down to the right hand. Left hand can just rest on that top knee. Adding a gentle twist here. Leading with the left shoulder and lifting the heart around to the left. Breathe. Enjoy that hip opener. Enjoy that twist to the waist. Option to reach back, to draw that back heel in towards your glutes if it's there, if it's available for you. Stretching into that right quadricep as well. Breathe. Slowly release. The left hand comes back down to the mat. Squeeze the knee into the tricep, lift the back knee. Have a gentle rock to get some momentum and then step the right foot forward, come back down into your squat. Breathe. Find space. Planting the hands down, big step back with the left toes. Find your lizard on this side. Shoulders draw back and away, drop that back knee down, release those back toes and then rock forward on that back knee so the hips can fall forward. Shoulders over wrist. this enough, stay here, or maybe rolling onto the outer edge of the foot, letting that knee fall wide. See how we feel here, maybe staying here. Maybe taking our weight into left hand so our right hand can rest on that top knee. Adding your twist. Lead with the right shoulder, left shoulder comes forward, right shoulder goes back so we can lift the heart around to the right. Find a drishti or close down the eyes. Shoulders down away from ears. No tension in the neck, just let the knees go wide. Breathe. Soften the facial muscles. Find a little bit of space here. Again, if it's there for you, it might not be on this side. Reaching round to grip that back foot, drawing it in towards the chest. Into the glutes, sorry. Let the knee go wide. Continue with the twist. And we don't have to reach for the back foot if it's too strong. It's not always available to me, I'm honest. I feel nicely warmed up in my Bikram yoga studio here. Stephen lit the fire before I had a chance to tell him not to. Pushing through that grounded hand, opening into that right shoulder. Just placing that right hand on your lower back if that's enough for you this morning, but just seeing whether we can get a little bit more release here. And then slowly releasing, hand floats back down to the mat. Taking our flow here, get some momentum, step it back to your plank pose. Remember, drop the knee straight down if you need to, or even one knee if you wanted to just build up strength gradually. And then lower down as we exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, send the hips back. Take a child's pose, resting the wrists, resting the forehead. Have a gentle rock from side to side. Let the heart rate come back down. And ready to just do a few slower stretches to close our practice. Breathe and release. Inhale, send the hands up to the top of the mat. Exhale, tuck the toes under, push the knees up and away, take your downward facing. Stretch into the legs, tilt the tailbone. Inhale, take the right toes up tall, all the way up to the ceiling, and then exhale, knee to chest, rock forward with the shoulders, and drop that knee down to the right wrist. Knee comes to the center of the mat behind you, send the hips back, find your pigeon. Draw the right hip crease back as you push forward through the left. Walk the fingertips in to lift the heart. Draw the shoulders down, find that length in the spine before exhaling and making your way forward and down. Maybe just coming onto the forearms if that's enough. Maybe stretching the arms out away from you. Maybe making a pillow with your hands. Do whatever you need to do, dropping the forehead down if it feels good and right. And just checking out that right hip joint. Let the weight of the body take you into the pose and then relax. Let the shoulders fall away from each other on your back. Relax the facial muscles. Release anything in that back leg. Let gravity take over. And that's your breath. If you need a little bit more, we can rise up a little bit with the head and walk the hand around onto the right side, resting your chest over that right thigh and then rest back down, feeling a little bit stronger. Just shifts the sensations, the intensity in that right hip joint a little bit more. Breathe, let go. Just feeling, as we spend time on these poses, just feeling that release. So if it starts off feeling really intense, really tight, just seeing whether with effort and with a little bit of mindfulness we can Release those muscles around the tightness, releasing your natural flexibility beneath all the layers of tension that we've built over years. Sending blood flow into these areas. Breathe, relax. Get ready to release. Take a halfway lift with your inhale. Lift the head, draw the elbows back in underneath the shoulders. And then rolling onto the outside of that right hip, wrap the left leg forward and come to a sitting position up onto the tops of your sit bones. Let's never miss an opportunity for some boat pose practice. So hands can come out behind you if your core's feeling a little bit tired, or we can grip the backs of the thighs and begin to float the feet so the calves become parallel to the mat. Make sure we're sitting right on the top of the sit bones. Suck the belly button in, lift the heart, open through the shoulders, open the collarbones to squeeze the shoulder blades together, maybe reaching the arms forward. Breathe. Engage through abdominals, lift the pelvic floor. Maybe reaching forward to grip hold of the ankles or the feet, to stretch into the hamstrings, take the toes up towards the ceiling. Bend into the elbows, see we're bringing in a little bit more stretch. Keep the heart lifted, broadening across the upper back so we're not rounding through the spine. Whichever version you've gone for, just take one more breath wherever you are. And then releasing the left foot to the floor, sending the right foot out behind you so we can find our pigeon pose on the other side. Squaring off the hips first before we move any further, making sure that right hip pulls forward slightly, left hip pulls forward, left hip pulls back. Send that back leg out behind you and then come on down to the mat. Take a moment, making sure you spend just as much time going into the pose on this side, making sure it feels okay, one hip can feel tighter. Relax that back leg, let the head rest down wherever feels comfortable, or let it hang if you're on your forearm. And let gravity do the work for you on this side. Sending your awareness into that left hip joint, left glute, left hamstring. And really letting the weight of your body go now. So we've been using our breath to find power, to find strength, to ignite that inner fire. And now we're using the breath to relax. Draw all of your awareness inward. Notice any shifts that's going on within the pose, within your breath, within your heart rate, anything that's happening there for you. Again, if you wanted to go a little bit deeper, just walking the hands over to the left, resting your chest down over that left thigh, and then relaxing the head back down, just shifting the intensity in that left hip. If you need to, just stay where you are if it's enough. Get ready to release. Begin to inhale, lift the heart, lift the head. Walk the hands back in beneath the shoulders. Halfway lift. Find a little bit of lift from the heart. Draw the shoulders down your back. And then allowing yourself to fall over onto that left hip. And wrapping the legs forward again. Going to draw that left knee in towards the chest. No, we're not. We're going to draw the right knee into the chest. Giving it a nice strong squeeze, making sure that left foot is in line with the hip, and then crossing the right foot to the outside edge of the left thigh, using the crook of your elbow or maybe just your hand to squeeze that right knee in towards your chest. Take your right hand out behind you and then push down to the fingertips to give yourself that nice straight spine. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Take an inhale and then exhale, maybe twisting a little bit deeper, coming around from around the base of the rib cage, the solar plexus, flexing into that left foot so the toes is pulling in towards you. Breathe. Maybe the elbow moves to the outside of the knee to go a little bit deeper if that's what you need. Keep pushing down through those fingertips behind your spine to help lift and lengthen. Find a neutral point for your gaze. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. And breathe. Inhale. Use your exhale to slowly release and draw that right foot to the inner thigh now, opening that right knee out wide. Inhale, swoop the arms up and overhead. Exhale, lead with the heart to hinge and fold. Let the fingers land wherever they land, then take a halfway lift. Lift the chin, lift the heart, find length, find that integrity of your spine, and then exhale, hinge, keeping that spine flat as we fold forward. Hands can be on the thigh, the ankle, maybe down towards the foot. Draw the shoulders back, engage with the belly, suck the navel in, relax that right leg. Let the head hang, coming down to whatever feels good and right for you. When you're ready, we use an inhale to just lift the chin and the heart first, and an exhale to rock and roll through the spine, restacking each vertebra, rolling all the way back up. And releasing that right leg long. Squeeze the left foot in towards the hips. Sit up nice and tall, crossing that left foot over. We can stay here for the twist if that's enough. If you want to go a little bit more, as I said, targets the outside of the thigh as well. Press down through that left hand behind that left hip. Plug the left knee in towards the heart with either the crook of the elbow or the hand. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Lift up nice and tall. Exhale, twist from the solar plexus, so it's coming from back below the rib cage. Breathe. No tension in the neck. Soften and relax the jaw. Maybe taking the elbow a little bit further if you need to. Don't push it. Find your twist on this side. Keep flexing through that right foot. Breathe. Nice big inhale. And then slowly with your nice long exhale to rotate back around to the front. Left foot to right inner thigh. Let the knee fall wide. Inhale, sweep fingertips wide and overhead. Find length along the spine. Exhale, hinge and lead with the heart forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, suck belly button in, maybe going a little bit deeper. Wherever it feels good for you. Take your time going in. Don't find your edge straight away. So maybe incorporating a little bit of yin postures here, just to a little bit of yin philosophy. Sorry, just to take your time to go in. Don't force yourself. See where your body wants to be. Keep the shoulder blades drawing back. Try and think about taking chin to shin or nose to toes rather than knee to nose. We're trying to avoid that curling of the spine. You may feel like you're folding further if you're curling and you feel like your head's coming closer into your leg, but you'll actually get so much more benefits if we stay up here and keep the spine long and then begin to fold. So it's really coming from the hip flexors, finding space around the back of the pelvis and keeping that integrity of the spine. Better for the abdominals, your core. Stronger into the legs. Feeling it all the way down to the Achilles tendon if you're flexing into that extended leg. And get ready to release. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, rock and roll. We stack all the way back up to sit. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Bring the feet and the knees together. Inhale, reach forward with the hands, and exhale, engage with the belly to roll all the way down to your supine rest position. Rest the hands either side of the hips and just creep the heels in towards you. See whether you can just brush the backs of the heels with your fingertips. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Let's do our bridge pose. Final heart opener. Just make sure we're all in line. Push down to the feet. Make sure feet, knees, and heels are knees, heels and hips are all in line. Shoulders are in line. And begin to peel the hip bones up and away from the floor. Make sure knees stay over ankles. Squeeze the glutes to lift the hips sky high. Option to interlace fingers Drawing the knuckles down towards the heels, squeeze shoulder blades together, push down through the hands to get a little bit more lift if that's what you need. Breathe, legs are strong, lift the chin slightly. Releasing the hands. Big breath in, and then use your exhale to ever so slowly massage each vertebra back down and into your mat, taking your time to massage into your lumbar, pushing that arch into the floor until the pelvis tilts back to neutral and your lumbar spine arches back up and away, lifting left knee up into the chest, and then squeezing right knee up into your chest. Give both knees a hug here, try and keep the tailbone grounded. Have a gentle rock. Do whatever feels good here. Maybe take a happy baby, or maybe just draw circles with the knees over the hip joints. Let the toes hang. Whatever you feel you need. If you've done the circles, just taking a moment to then reverse them. Take them in the opposite direction. Let's check in with how those hip joints feel. We've done lots of hip openers, we've done lots of shoulder work, we've done lots of core. So just taking this time now to find some relaxation, to do whatever you need to do before making yourself into a tiny little ball for our final tense and release. Squeeze the nose up towards the knees, give yourself a nice big strong hug, and then reach arms overhead, take toes down your mat. Have a full body stretch. Stretch the toes away, reach the fingertips away, lift kneecaps, arch through the spine, suck shoulders down away from ears. Enjoy that full body stretch. And then inhale, rise arms up overhead, rotating palms to the ceiling as you exhale. The hands all the way down to the floor. Walk the feet out wide. The heels roll towards the outer corners of your mat, toes out wide. And find your well-deserved Shavasana. Allow your breath to come back to your natural rhythm. Grab blankets or anything. You'll begin to cool down quite quickly once you settle in. Allow yourself to rest back now to find your Shavasana. Taking these last few minutes of our practice together to allow our bodies to absorb all of the benefits of our practice. Allow your breathing to slow back down, your heart rate to come back to normal, your spine to neutralize, closing down the eyes, and allowing yourselves to sink into stillness.